Hello. Hello. Good evening, everybody. My name is Sukumar. I'm working as Assistant Training Officer at Government IT Ambattur. I've got 25 years of experience in this field. Before coming to government sector, I worked in 5-star hotels around 9 to 10 years. So I would like to share my experience. Thanks for the opportunity given by NIMI team. Let us start. Okay. Let us start with the food production trade, that is in which is called as culinary skills. My topic covers stocks, soups, and sauces. So, for making any kind of soups and sauces, the basic ingredient is stock. Stock is a liquid which are obtained from the extraction of vegetable and meat, bones, and etc. So when we use stock for making soups and sauces, it increases the color, flavor, taste, consistency of the soup and sauces. And it also increases the nutritive value of the dish. Stocks are made with leftover ingredients and byproducts like bones. Stock can be made with stock cubes. That means nowadays in departmental store, stock cubes are very much available. Ready-made stock cubes are available that can be used by straight away adding in hot water. Then you can proceed with making soup or sauces. Stocks are generally have 3 elements. The basic essential ingredients are plain water, plain cold water, bones, and vegetable. The flavoring vegetable used for stock is generally referred as a mirepoix. Mirepoix is a French term we normally use in 5-star hotel, which is roughly cut onions, carrot, celery, and leek. In addition to that, peppercorns and bay leaves are added. And a bunch of herbs and aromatic vegetable, which is tied in a muslin cloth. And we put that when soup is simmering or sauce is simmering to extract the flavor. Once the soup and sauce is done, then we remove it. It is called bouquet garni. So there are 5 different types of stocks are there. One is vegetable stock. The second one is white stock or a bone stock. It is called in French fond blanc. And we have brown stock, which is called in French estafette. And we have fish stock, which is called in French fumet. And there is a stock called emergency stock. And we have glazes. I'll explain to you glazes after some time. These are the pictures of different kinds of stocks. We have a vegetable stock, a white stock, fish stock, bone stock. For making vegetable stock, use any mixture of vegetables like outside leaves of cabbage, cauliflower stalk, and the leaves, shells of peas, carrot skin, and onion wastes. The minimum boiling time is 20 to 30 minutes. Once it is done, strain and use. These stocks used for making cream soups, puree soups, potash soups, chowder soups, and tomato-based soups and sauces. So for making any kind of soups, particularly vegetable-based or sauces, what is required is vegetable stock. Okay, there is a small interruption. Sorry for that. Now we are going to see white stock or a bone stock. White stock or bone stock is nothing but which is used specially for white colored based soups and white color based sauces. For making this white stock or bone stock, what is required is either cooked bones or uncooked bones. In five-star hotel, there is a kitchen called butchery. Butchery section people, they normally debone the meat and they keep out the bone separately and the meat separately. So these bones, they cover and use it. They keep it in the refrigerator or freezer compartment. Whenever it is required, it is used and it is date sealed. For making any kind of sauce or a bone stock or white stock, use only cold water. You are not supposed to use hot water. And the very important point is never add salt while making stock. And also the roughly cut onion, carrot, celery, and leeks, these are called mirepoix. So you take a pot, combine all the ingredients, put some cold water, boil it for 2 hours. That is not continuously boil for 2 hours. Start with the high fire. Once it forms a raft on top, raft means a thick waste bunch of vegetable which forms on top, that should be removed. Then you have to keep the cooking range over simmering point. So simmer it for 2 hours. When it is ready, strain, cool it and you use it. Once it is cooled, it is supposed to be kept in refrigerator temperature or freezer temperature because stock is a very good medium for bacterial growth. These white stock can be used for making different kinds of white soups like cream of chicken soup, cream of mutton soup, cream of beef soup, and puree soups and sauces. Now we are going to see brown stock, which is called as Estaford in French version. For making this brown stock, we need cooked or uncooked bones. These cooked or uncooked bones, take it out the bones, wash it. Cooked means raw bones. Uncooked is when you are making a roast chicken or a grilled chicken, only the flesh part is consumed. The remaining part, the bones are leftover bones are there. That can be used for making this brown stock. So take a tray, put all the bones inside, add little fat just to give grease coating. Add roughly cut vegetables, that is onion, carrot, celery, leek. Add some bay leaf and peppercorn. Keep it in oven around the temperature of 150 for about 1 to 1.5 hours. Once it is done, take it out, add, you might be having a white stock, same white stock you might be having, add that white stock to the browned bones, cook it for minimum 4 to 6 hours. Once it is done, strain and cool, use as required. This is the most important sauce which is commonly used in 5-star hotel and luxury restaurant, continental kitchen, especially for making steaks, roast items. Now fish stock. Fish stock is very typical stock. Say for example, if you have a chicken stock and there is no mutton stock, you can add fish, chicken stock for making mutton soups. That can be adjusted. But in the case of fish stock, only for making any fish-based sauces or soup, you are supposed to use only fish stock. The advantage of fish stock is doesn't take much time to make. Normally 15 to 20 minutes is the time. What are the ingredients are required is bones and the skin, head, tails and other trimmings can be used. Add cold water with little milk and vinegar or lemon. 2 cloves also can be added. Simmer it for 20 minutes. Strain and use. This fish stock can be used for making different kinds of fish-based soups, sauces, and anything. There is one more thing. We have a stock called court bouillon. Court bouillon is an acidic fish poaching liquor with addition of white wine is added and the vegetable. The method is same as of making fish soup, fish stock. Now we are going to see emergency stock. So people say for some people are working in 5-star hotel. You are getting the guest around 11 o'clock, which is almost we are going to close. They are asking for some chicken-based soup or mutton-based soup, but these soups are already exhausted or sold out. But at the same time, you are not supposed to disappoint the guest. You are supposed to make the soup and serve. So normally in star hotel, what they do is they keep some boiling water in which meat glaze or a yeast extraction is added to make emergency stock. There is one more thing called pot liquor. Pot liquor is nothing but we have pastas, different kinds of pastas. These pastas, namely macaroni, lasagna, fettuccine, and all these are pastas. You need to boil these pastas before the a la carte service or table d'hôte service. So these, once the pastas are boiled, that water can be kept remaining for the preparation of emergency stock. So these boiled waters of pastas are called pot liquor. Pot liquor can be used as a substitute for stock. Now glazes. Now we are going to see glazes. There are two types of glazes. One is white glaze and another one is brown glaze. White glaze is nothing but well reduced white stock. We have already seen white stock. Say for example, for you are having a 2 liters of white stock. Already you made the white stock. It is kept in your kitchen. But when you are supposed to make white glaze, you have to boil it again, reduce into half the quantity. Say for example, if you have 2 liters of white stock, that should be reduced to 1 liter. Same wise, brown glaze also has to be reduced. These glazes are used for coating cold dishes. That is, cold, we used to call these dishes as a cold cuts, hors d'oeuvre dishes. In French form, it is called hors d'oeuvre dishes. We have a pâté, we have a choux-froid dishes. All these kinds of dishes can be coated with the glazes. Glazes is nothing but thick sauce. Now, the basic rules for making good quality stock. Always use good quality ingredients, either bone or vegetables. If you are using bone, try to use fresh bones. If it is not there, you can use freezer compartment bones also. Likewise, vegetables, you can use onion peels, carrot peels, cauliflower stalk, and all this. Try to use fresh quality raw materials. Use cold water to start. Okay, when you are boiling soup, as I told you earlier, yes, a layer of impurities form on top, that should be removed. If it is not removed, it will make the soup cloudy and it will spoil the color and the flavor. Likewise, remove any fat which float on top, because once you use the stock with the fat, that soup become greasy. Never add salt at the time of making stock. Add salt only at the finishing stage of soups or sauces. Stock should be cooled immediately and stored in a refrigerator compartment. Now we are going to see second model, which is called soups. The definition of the soup is to prepare an appetizing, economical, and easily digestible dish by extracting nourishment and flavor from solid to the liquid. It means for making soups, we can use plain water, hot water, whatever water. But if you use plain water or hot water, you will not get flavor, nourishment. So that is why we are using stock for making soups. Now, classification of soups. We have thin classification of soups, namely consomme and broth. And there is one more classification, thick soup, in which puree soups, cream soups, velouté soup, chowder soup, bisque soups, and finally coulis soups are coming under. And we have special and national soups. These special and national soups are nothing but it is originated from the country initially. Say for example, gazpacho soup is a soup which was originally from Spain. Likewise, mulagathwani soup, it comes from Sri Lanka. And we have third one, French onion soup from France. These are the pictures of the consomme. Is a thin soup. It looks like that. The garnishes are strips of onion, celery, leek and carrot mixed with the soup, consomme soup. And we have one more thin soup, broth. And these are puree and tomato soups are the thick soups. And we have here chicken velouté, seafood chowder, bisque and shrimp coulis. Potage soup is there, chicken soup, gazpacho and mulagathwani soups are there. Okay, let us see what is thin soup. Thin soup is, consomme is a thin soup. A clear soup prepared from beef or chicken or game stock, garnished with variety of ingredients, served either hot or cold, The garnishes are Consomé Julienne, Consomé Brunoise. There are so much of garnishes there. In five-star hotels, they make either Consomé soup at the base of beef or chicken, but it varies only with the garnishes. Say for example, julienne of boiled chicken is added with the regular chicken based Consomé. It is called Consomé Petit Mar. When we put dices of vegetable in beef Consomé, it is called Consomé beef. And the second thin soup is broth. A broth is a good soup made from beef or mutton or chicken or vegetable stock with the addition of rice or barley. Example, Scotch broth, minestrone soup. The difference between Consomé soup and broth soup is, Consomé is basically a double clarified thin soup. Double clarified thin soup. When you're making Consomé soup, you need a big pot in which minced meat is put along with browned onions, golden brown onions, roughly cut vegetables, raw shell of egg white and raw shell, vinegar is added, mix all these ingredients together, add required amount of cold water, allow to initially boil. But you should not allow the Consomé to boil. You must rise the Consomé. When it is about to boil, immediately sim. Then sim it for minimum 3 to 4 hours. After 4 hours, you take out the soup from the range, strain gently, then you serve garnish with any garnishes like Consomé Julienne, Consomé Brunoise, so many garnishes are there. This Consomé soup, at the time of boiling, it is clarified once. Again, when the soup is ready, it is strained. That is why it is called Consomé is a thin pass soup. It is a double clarified soup. And we have a broth soup, which is unpassed soup. All the vegetables with the meat, with the barley, saute, add required amount of stock, allow to cook for 1 hour, add seasoning, take it out, serve as required, but you don't strain the soup. That is why it is called thin and unpassed soup. Now we shall see thick soups. First one is puri soup. A puri soup is nothing but it is thickened by its main ingredient and it is passed through a sieve. Milk or cream is added before the time of service. Say for example, when you are making puree of tomato soup, you use 1 liter of water, 750 grams of tomato, fresh salad tomato with the onion, celery leek, bay leaf and peppercorn, allowed to boil for 1 hour. When it's reduced to half the volume, strain and take out the extraction. Again reheat, add little amount of milk or cream, serve by adding seasoning. So in case of puri soup, you are not adding any thickening agent, external thickening agent. It is only thickened by its main ingredient. Say for example, puree of tomato means tomato is the main ingredient. We have puree of potato, puree of cauliflower, so many puree soups you can make. These puree soups are very popular in European countries. Next we have cream soup. Cream soup is nothing but extraction of vegetable or meat thickened with the bechamel or white sauce. Example, cream of tomato, cream of mushroom, cream of chicken soup. Say, now let us see how to make cream soup. If you are making cream of tomato soup, you require lesser amount of tomato. For 1 liter of water, only 350 grams of chopped tomato is required. Add some merupua, and bouquet garni. Allow to boil it for 1 hour. Take out the extraction, that is take out the puree, keep it separately. Prepare bechamel sauce separate. Bechamel sauce is nothing but you need to prepare roux. Roux is nothing but equal quantities of cooked flour and butter in which more amount of milk is added. Allow these three things to boil. It is called as bechamel sauce. This bechamel sauce is used as a thickening agent for cream soup. And the third one is velouté, a thick soup made from white stock and roux finished with liaison of yolk and cream. Okay, let us see how to make velouté soup. For making velouté soup, you require chicken stock or mutton stock or fish stock, whatever stock. Prepare the white stock, make some roux. Roux, as I told you earlier, equal quantities of flour and butter. You take a fry pan, heat the saucepan. You take a saucepan, heat the saucepan, add equal quantity of butter first, then add same quantity of flour, cook gently. That mixture is called white roux. So make white roux. Again, you leave it for some more time. It is called blanc roux, B-L-O-N-D, blanc roux. Prepare blanc roux, mix chicken or fish or whatever stock, cook it for some time, take out from the range, add a liaison of yolk and cream, serve hot. Now we have chowder soup, a famous American soup made from made with a mixture of meat, fish, vegetable, with milk and salted pork and various seasoning. Cream crackers, that is we are using a wafer biscuits in ice cream, same kind of crackers which is available in the store, that can be used as a garnish before the service. These Americans, they love to eat, they add a lot of salted pork during their cooking. So the famous chowder soup is pork chowder and prawn chowder. Now we can see bisque, a thick fish soup generally made from shellfish and fish stock thickened with the cream. This bisque soup is thickened with the help of cream. We can take example as a lobster bisque, prawn bisque, seafood bisque, etc. And finally, we have a thick soup which is called coulis, a thick soup made from puree of shellfish, prawn, lobster. These extraction, you boil this, either prawn you boil, take out the extraction, add little seasoning and cream, serve hot. Such kind of soups are called coulis. Now special and national soups. These are neither thin or thick soup. They are generally named after the origin of the country. Example, gazpacho from Spain, mulligatawny from Sri Lanka, and potage munstrani from Parmesan, Italy. And we have French onion soup from France. And finally, let us see sauces. Sauces is playing a vital role in continental kitchen. We have 6 basic mother sauce. Without this 6 basic mother sauce, a continental kitchen cannot function. Say for an Indian kitchen, they make different varieties of gravy. They make yellow gravy, white gravy, red or makhani gravy, and the variety of pulao they make, and they used to serve for a la carte and table day dishes. Likewise, when a chef who is working in a continental kitchen, the basic sauce requirement is 6. There are 6 basic mother sauce which can be cooked along with any meat or vegetable and served. So sauces can be either served hot or cold. It is a seasoned liquid used in the cooking of a dish. A sauce is an aromatic, nutritional, flavorful liquid or a semi-liquid which form one of the basic part of the dish, increase the taste, a moisture, appearance and color of the dish. A sauce may be passed or unpassed with visible ingredient. That is, you can, once the sauce is ready, you can strain the sauce and use, or you can straight away use. There are 6 basic mother sauce. When a person who is working in continental kitchen, they used to short form this BMS. They used to call BMS. BMS ready because I need to cook the chicken or I need to prepare mutton or beef or any game dishes. So what is important is these basic mother sauces are important. We have first basic mother sauce, bechamel or white sauce. Because this bechamel or white sauce which looks white in color. Then we have velouté sauce which look blonde in color, a dull white color. And we have espagnole sauce which is also called brown sauce which looks brown in color. And the fourth one is tomato sauce which is red in color. Hollandaise sauce which is pale yellow in color. So these 5 sauces are basically prepared over the range and they are called hot sauces. We have one more sauces which is called mayonnaise sauce. It is a cold yellow sauce. It is not prepared over range. It is prepared on a table, working table. These are the photos of some of the sauces. First one is bechamel sauce. Second one is velouté sauce. And third is espagnole sauce. Fourth is hollandaise sauce. Fifth is tomato sauce. Seventh is mayonnaise sauce. Okay, for making all these types of sauces, a basic mixture is used. That is required. Basic mixture is required, which is called roux. I explained you about roux. There are 3 different types of roux: white roux, blonde roux, and brown roux. These are used as a thickening agent. Now, these 6 basic mother sauces, by making the mother sauces, we can make number of derivative sauces, different types of sauces we can make. That is, the basic ingredient is bechamel sauce, in which some other ingredients are added. For making bechamel sauce, white roux, milk and onion is required. The derivative sauces, that is, Mornay is the derivative sauce. It is made by bechamel sauce in which little amount of cheese is added, grated cheese. Then it is called Mornay sauce. And we have egg sauce. Prepare bechamel sauce, add hard boiled grated egg white. We have cream sauce. Make regular bechamel sauce, add double cream or heavy cream. And we have mustard sauce, regular bechamel sauce with Dijon mustard. And the second sauce is velouté sauce and its derivative. For making velouté sauce, we need either chicken stock, mutton stock, or a beef stock. It is mixed with the blonde roux and it is served along with the proper seasoning. The derivatives of velouté sauce are supreme sauce. Supreme sauce is nothing but a chicken velouté. You make chicken velouté in which cream and seasoning is added, salt and pepper. And we have a white wine sauce. Make regular fish velouté in which white wine and seasoning is added. The third one is sauce pole. Pole means chicken based sauce. Chicken velouté, make regular chicken velouté, add mushroom and seasoning, chopped mushrooms and seasoning. And we have sauce bercy. Make regular fish velouté in which white wine and chopped shallots and seasoning is added. Reduce and make this. And the third sauce is most important sauce is espagnole sauce and it is derivatives. Espagnole sauce is otherwise known as brown sauce. For making espagnole sauce, you need brown stock, brown roux, then the seasoning. The derivatives of espagnole sauce are demi-glace. For making demi-glace, use half the volume of brown sauce in which add same quantity of brown stock, allowed to reduce into half. Then it is called demi-glace. And we have sauce pour the lice. Make regular brown sauce in which little amount of red wine, shallots and seasoning added, simmer gently and use. Third one is sauce Robert. Make regular demi-glace sauce, add dry white wine, add brown sauce and seasoning. Now the fourth sauce is hollandaise sauce and it is derivative. For making hollandaise sauce, 2 egg yolk, take egg, break the egg, use only egg yolk, add clarified butter, 150 ml of clarified butter. There is a way, there are two different types, ways you can make hollandaise sauce. Take a bowl, add egg yolk, keep it over tawa or a griddle, add little by little clarified butter, mix gently. This egg yolk mixed with the butter and it becomes a very good sauce. Add seasoning at the last. The hollandaise derivatives are Béarnaise sauce. Make regular hollandaise sauce. Add white wine, tarragon, herbs. Tarragon is nothing but a herb. Herb means which these herbs will give, which gives very good flavor to the dish and the seasoning. We have a Charon sauce. Charon sauce is nothing but make regular hollandaise sauce in which add chopped tarragon leaves, tomato puree. And the third one is Fayot sauce. Fayot sauce is make regular Béarnaise sauce. Béarnaise sauce is already a derivative sauce. Make Béarnaise sauce, add meat glaze and the seasoning. And we have mousseline sauce. And finally, we have tomato sauce and it is derivative. Tomato sauce is nothing but a red color sauce which goes very good with pasta dishes. Pastas. You have pasta, ravioli, fettuccine, lasagna, so many dishes are there. For which these Italian dishes, tomato sauce goes very good with this. The examples of derivative sauce, choux-fleur sauce. For making choux-fleur sauce, you prepare tomato sauce in which aspic jelly and seasoning is added. And the second one is Portuguese sauce. Prepare regular tomato sauce in which fried onions and tomato puree is added and meat glaze and seasoning are added. Reduce that gently, use as required for any dishes. And third one is Provençal sauce. Make regular tomato sauce, add mushrooms, chopped mushrooms and seasoning. And finally, we have a cold sauce, cold basic butter sauce, mayonnaise. Mayonnaise is a very popular sauce. As you know, nowadays it is very popular in all 5-star hotels, restaurant. Mayonnaise you can make without egg also. You can use milk and cold milk and salad oil. For making a regular mayonnaise sauce, these ingredients are required. 1 egg yolk, 110 ml of salad oil, a pinch of salt, pepper powder, a pinch mustard powder. These are the items you require. Now the derivatives of mayonnaise sauce are tartare sauce. Tartare sauce is a sauce in which for making tartare sauce you require mayonnaise, regular mayonnaise you require. Add boiled egg white finely chopped, shallots, small onions, which comes in bottle. Take out the shallots, chop finely, little bit, add gherkins. Gherkins are nothing but young tendered cucumber, which comes also in tins. Andalou sauce, make regular mayonnaise sauce in which tomato puree, sweet capsicum and seasoning is added. Sweet capsicum is nothing but ripe regular capsicum. Third one is Thousand Island dressing, for which we need mayonnaise sauce in which hot boiled egg, finely chopped hot boiled egg is added, tomato ketchup, gherkins, chopped stuffed olives or black olives, and you can add little bit of paprika powder, red capsicum powder, and the seasoning, salt and pepper powder. And fourth one is cocktail sauce. Cocktail sauce, the basic ingredient is mayonnaise, in which tomato ketchup, Worcester sauce, Tabasco sauce, and cream and seasonings are added. Now, let us see proprietary sauces. Proprietary sauces are ready-made sauces which comes in bottle, available in bottle. We have Tabasco sauce, Worcestershire sauce, tomato ketchup, HP sauce, soya sauce. These are table use sauces, proprietary sauces. When you go to restaurant, these bottles are kept when they serve steaks or any grills, these sauces accompany. Now, contemporary sauces. Contemporary sauces are nothing but simple way of preparing sauce. In which it is less enriched, more what do you call, more cream is not added, not rich items are added, and easy to prepare. We have hot butter sauce, pesto sauce. Pesto sauce is a famous Italian sauce made from basil, tulasi, basil leaves. And we have a compound butter sauce, mixture of 2 or 3 flavored butter, vanilla flavored, peanut flavored, garlic flavored, or lemon flavored, or even chopped parsley flavored. And we have bread sauce. Bread sauce is the accompaniment for roast chicken. For making bread sauce, you need boiled milk in which some pieces of bread are cut. Then it is left for some time. Say for example, you leave the milk and the cut bread for half an hour. Take it out, mix gently, strain, add salt and white pepper powder. That sauce is called bread sauce. It is an accompaniment for roast chicken. And we have mint sauce. Mint sauce is a very good sauce accompaniment for roast leg of lamb. Mint sauce is nothing but take fresh mint leaves, chop finely, add little vinegar, salt and pepper. Now we are going to see summary. We have seen stocks, types of stocks, rules for making good quality stock, soups, classification of soups, thin soups, thick soups, special and national soups, sauces, basic mother sauces, types of roux, proprietary sauces, contemporary sauces. Now let us see some aptitude questions on stock. What is the purpose of cooking? Whether to kill bacteria or to make the food digestible or to increase the shelf life or all the above. Of course, cooking, if the food is not cooked, microorganisms cannot be killed. So we cannot eat the raw foods. So by cooking, we can kill bacteria. And some foods like rice, potato, meat items, they cannot be eaten raw form. So when you cook the ingredients, it becomes soft, we can use. Of course, once the food is cooked, we can retain it for some time. So it increases the shelf life. So the answer is all the above. Let us see second question. Second question. Name the flavoring vegetable used for stock making. We can use cauliflower stalk, but not the cauliflower. These root vegetable, potato cannot be used for making stock. Cabbage outer leaves can be used. Turnip cannot be used. Celery and leek we can use. So, for what is the correct answer for making stock? Which vegetable which gives flavor? The answer is celery and leek. Third question is a double clarified thin soup made from beef or chicken bones. I've explained thin soup. We have already discussed. So there are two thin soups are given, broth and consomme. The rest of the two soups, cream and colis, are thick soups. So the answer will be consomme. Now the fourth question is, which is the Spanish uncooked fresh vegetable soup? A famous Spanish soup. Can you identify this? Clam chowder is from London. Bolognese is a famous soup of France. Minestrone, as you know, it is famous in Italy. So the answer is gazpacho. Let us see fifth question. Well-reduced stocks are called dash. Well-reduced stocks are called dash. I have explained all this thing. Broth I explained. Broth is a thin soup. Pot liquor is it's a kind of a boiling pasta water. Demi-glace is a espagnole sauce derivative. So the answer is glaze. Sixth question is, which kind of vegetables are good for soup making? Either you can use a root vegetable or a flower vegetable or a fruit vegetable or a leafy vegetable. We can use flower vegetable also, you can use fruit vegetable also, you can use. But the important is which vegetable impart flavor and the nourishment. So the answer is leafy vegetable. Now the seventh question is, what is called or what is the meaning of mise en place? Mise en place is a word we normally use in star hotels when we work in kitchen. Say for example, for making tomato soup, chef will ask you, come on man, your mise en place is ready for making tomato soup. It means what? You need to prepare the item. When to prepare the item? Before we start the dish, we need to prepare the item. So the answer is preliminary preparation. Now, aptitude questions on soup subject. Name the nutritive liquid used for making soup. We can use water, of course, we can use water, but it doesn't give you any flavor, nourishment, taste. Glaze is a well-reduced stock, well-reduced stock. Pot liquor is it's somewhat like an emergency stock. So the answer is stock. And the second question is, what is the special ingredient used for making broth soup? As we have discussed earlier, macaroni we don't use, noodles we don't use. Noodles is a main ingredient for Chinese dishes. We use rice and barley, but the correct answer is barley. The third question is, how puri soups are thickened? Either it is thickened with main ingredient or a roux or a liaison or a bechamel sauce. So the answer is main ingredient. Now the fourth question is, a white soup thickened by external thickening agent. A famous white soup thickened by external thickening agent. So see, we have option A, B, C, D, all are thickening agent. But the question is white soup. So the answer is bechamel sauce. because brown roux, if you use brown roux in white soup, it becomes brown in color. Egg are normally not used for thick soups. Refined flour you can use, but it can be an ingredient, but it is not a thickening agent. And the fifth question is, name the puree of shellfish soup. Regarding this subject, we have already discussed. We have a police soup, bisque soup, chowder, and puree. So the answer is Colis. Now the sixth question is, a famous Italian soup which is garnished with Parmesan cheese. Italian soup garnished with Parmesan cheese. 5 minutes back I told you the answer. You can remember. It is mulligatawny or minestrone or coq au leek soup. Coq au leek it is basically a chicken based soup. Coq au leek, none of this. So the answer is minestrone. And our seventh question is, cream soups are generally garnished with either fresh cream or cream and croutons, parsley and cheese. The answer is cream and croutons. Now, quiz on sauces. A white cream derivative sauce made with dash mustard. There are different kinds of mustard. So which mustard is used for making a white base cream sauce? The answer is Dijon mustard. Because the Robert is a derivative sauce, cayenne is a kind of pepper, paprika is a red capsicum dry powder. So the answer is Dijon mustard. Second question is, name the stock used for making sauce pole. Just now, 5 minutes back, I told you the meaning of pole. The meaning of pole is chicken stock. Now the third question is, identify the mother sauce of Robert. So Robert is a derivative sauce. Which basic mother sauce is required for making Robert sauce? Answer is velouté. Fourth one, a hot derivative sauce served as accompaniment for poached fishes. Fishes are generally served with some derivative sauce. The answer is beer rice. Because tartare is a derivative of mayonnaise. Cocktail is also a derivative sauce of mayonnaise. Robert is a derivative sauce of velouté. And the fifth question is, a famous red sauce derivative served with pasta. Red sauce means tomato base. So Choufrade is also a tomato based sauce. Provençal is also a tomato based sauce. Portuguese is a velouté based sauce. Thousand Island is a mayonnaise based sauce. So the answer is Provençal. Now the sixth question is, fish fingers are generally accompanied with a tartare sauce, cocktail sauce, Robert sauce, and Béarnaise sauce. So the answer is tartare sauce. Seventh question is, the main ingredient for pesto sauce is whether it is coriander leaves or mint leaves or basil leaves or lettuce leaves. So the answer is basil leaves.